Aston Tower, Birmingham, where saying goodbye to the SATs has been a welcome development. The challenge now is to ensure that teachers can build an accurate picture of children's achievements.
Aston Tower School is an inner city school in quite a multicultural area, so there's lots of children from different backgrounds.
We've got a lot of children who are newly arrived to the country, for whom English is totally new to them. Also, we've got a lot of asylum-seeking children. Some of them have got like 2 or 3 languages already before they've come to England.
We build assessment activities in at least once a half term, so it's not just a case of waiting till the end of the year to assess the children. You're assessing the children all the way through the year, so you're using that assessment to then move the children on as you go along.
But they're not doing it alone. Maths consultant Val Worcester's put a few miles on the clock promoting quality assessment opportunities for children. She's visited Aston Tower once to give some hints on making the assessment activities just that, active. Today, we'll see what the teachers have taken on board.
Good. Any EAL issues?
No problems at all.
Teachers are going to be able to drive the assessment of Year 2 children rather more. Now, I think they're in the driving seat because they're not going to have to rely solely on the tests. They'll have tests alongside teacher assessment. Teachers need to be very inventive about the kinds of activities that they provide, and if they want the best from the children, then they need to consider enthusing the children in a relaxed kind of way to find out what they know.
Right, do you remember Eddie? Yeah. Eddie is thinking of a shape with 4 sides. Oh, he says the shape has got 4 sides. So can you find a shape on your fans that's got 4 sides? And when you've got it, hide it behind your back. 3, 2, 1, show me. Oh, fantastic. Do you know what? I can see 2 different shapes. I can see 2 different shapes. Oh, let's have a look. Sahel, okay, has got a shape with 4 sides, but it's not the same as the shape that, for example, Haroon's got. We need some more information. Who can think of a question to ask Eddie so that we can find out exactly which shape it is? So can you turn to the person next to you and think of a question to ask Eddie? Who can think of a question?
The rectangle has 2 sides right and the other 2 right. But it must be a square. Not a rectangle, it must be a square. A square and a rectangle has got the same size. But
Right, so how are we going to find out? Nishad?
The square has the same sides and the rectangle has 2 size opposites and 2 short size opposites too.
But what is it that's the same? I know what you mean, but I just need you to explain it a bit more. What is it about the sides of the square that are the same, Sahel?
The rectangle got 2 long side opposite and 2 small side opposite.
Right. Those are 2 very good words, long and short. So a rectangle...
With the shape activity, I was trying not to give the children any answers, and I was trying to find out exactly what they knew, and I was trying to draw out a bit more than that, whether they just knew something was a circle or a square, but did they know the properties of the shape.
I think what you mean is the same length. Is that what you meant, Nishad? The same length? Yes? Brilliant. That was all I wanted you to say. Fantastic. I knew what you meant, but Eddie didn't know what you meant. Right, this time I'm going to think of a shape and I want you to ask me a question. Who can think of a question to try and find out which shape I'm thinking of? Abdullahi? What did you think it was?
I was saying circle.
A circle. That is a shape and it's on your fans as well. But can you think of a question about a circle? Can you tell me anything about a circle, Abdullahi? How many sides has a circle got, Abdullahi?
None.
Melanie deliberately doesn't comment on every answer, but she's sensitive to what children are getting right and wrong and keeping mental notes.
Melanie needed to plan the assessment in that whole class activity very carefully to focus on individual children, because whole class activities can sometimes not encourage you to look at individual successes or difficulties.
Can you remember, children, we've read this story before, haven't we? And inside there were lots of pets for sale, weren't there? And there was a little boy and he didn't have a lot of money, did he?
He had only £1.
He only had £1.
Then he bought all of them.
He bought all the pets in the end, didn't he? What we're going to do is we're going to work in pairs. Okay, we're going to work as a team. So you've got to take it in turns to pay for the pet. And what you've got to do is the last person, the pair who pays the last coin, they get a point. These cost 75p each. You're going to pay the coins to me, but you've got to talk to each other to decide which coin you're going to choose, okay? So it's 75p. We're going to put it there. You've chosen 50p. Put it down then. How much have we got now?
52p.
Okay, Ijla, can you count up the money for me? Move the coins. What I was trying to find out was if they could count up using money. Practical hands-on activities actually give us a lot more information, and we can make judgments far easier using practical activities rather than written tests. Is it 65? 50 and 10 pence more.
We need 10.
Okay, Akib, you explain then.
We need 10p.
Right.
That's 10p, and we need 5 more p.
Right, you count it up for us then. Let's see if you've got 75p.
50, 60, 70, 2, 4. We take this one. 4. And 5.
How much have we got?
75p.
75p. Imran, can you count it up for me, please? See how much we've got. I found it very difficult, and I do find it very difficult when I'm actually trying to assess and observe what the children can do and sometimes what they can't do. As teachers, we want them to get the right answer. We want them to demonstrate the right thing. It's more informative to actually sit back and watch the children and actually not teach at all.
70, 70, 80.
Vanessa doesn't want note-taking to hinder her observations. Teachers aren't expected to record a huge amount of evidence.
Can you sit down for a moment?
But you can all take it in turns to throw your bean bags, and then you've got to work out your total. And whoever's got the most is the winner. Okay, good. Okay, what 2 numbers have you got, Naima?
7.
Okay, you've got to work it out. What number's that, Sahil?
14.
Good boy. And that's close enough to, what number's that under there?
8.
8, well done. So you've got to work out how much you've got now. Danish, your go. Okay, now you've got to work out your total. Okay, if there's anything in the classroom that you need to help you. Go on then, Caitlin.
When I was thinking about the beanbag activity, there was just a few children that I wanted to assess. They were the group of more able children, and I knew some of them would be able to do the calculations mentally, so I specifically didn't put out any resources. I wanted them to choose what resources they needed to support them.
I can easily do it in my head.
But I just want you to write down the answer, even if you do it in your head. Or Danish thinks he's got an answer. How did you get your answer, Sahil?
100 square.
You used 100 squares. Show me what you did.
I counted the starting from 14 and I counted all the way to 22.
How many jumps did you count?
A.
Fantastic, well done, Sahel. What about Caitlin? Caitlin's done something interesting here. What did you do, Caitlin?
I counted 20, then I added 6
Why did you do 20 and then 6?
because it could be easier.
It made it easier for you. What did you do to the number 26?
I partitioned it.
You partitioned it. Well done, Caitlin.
They didn't realise they were being assessed, and it was just something that they would normally do, or it was a game that they could enjoy, but I managed to find out quite a lot about what they did know.
We're having an Eid party on Friday, aren't we? We've got to work out how much juice we need so that everybody in the class can have 1 cup each. So we've got 30 children in the class, haven't we? We were having an Eid party that week, and the children, you know, enjoy Eid parties. So I thought that would be a good storyline to base the activity around, and the children were quite enthusiastic, actually. Off you go then, Fatima. You don't need to physically get 30 cups, but you can fill this up how many times? 30 times, okay. Right, hang on a minute, girls, look at it. What's happened now? The bottle's full. How many cups did you put in there?
9.
9. Right, we've put 9 cups in there. How many of these do we need then to fit so that the whole class can have a drink? There's 30 children in the class.
Get another bottle like that.
We need another bottle like this. Well done, Aklima. So if we've got 2, 9 and 9, how much will that make?
18.
That's right. Say it then. 18. Is that enough to feed the whole class? Right, so we need another bottle of that size, wouldn't we?
This one?
Yeah. Just leave that over there for a moment. So we need another one, wouldn't we? Aklima.
No.
So how much would that be? We've got 3 bottles and there's 9 cups in each bottle.
27.
Good girl, 27. Is that enough?
No, down these.
27. How many more cups would we need to make 30 cups?
4.
Really right. Initially I was looking at capacity, but what became clear there was some need for calculating and multiplication, and it became clear that one of the girls was quite ready for that and able to move her learning on. Say it louder, Aklima. 3, well done. You're right, we've used 3 bottles so far. Okay, so we need 3 of those big bottles, and how many more cups? And 3 more cups, well done. So we need 3 big bottles and 3 small cups.
Assessment shouldn't be dry and dusty. It needs to be lively, motivating, fun, and all those things that mathematics ought to be, and the assessment of mathematics needs to follow that blueprint.